In Springfield, as Laura Hutchinson is standing by in Springfield, where some of the city's worst damage can be found. Laura?
Yeah, I'm live on Pennsylvania Avenue in the East Forest Park section of Springfield, and you've really got to take my word for it, because if you look around, you wouldn't even recognize it. This car flipped over is just the start of it. I don't know, yeah, Mike, if you could just pan as much as you can, you have to just see what this neighborhood looks like. I mean, this is one community that's been completely leveled off. There's not a single home in this neighborhood that is not damaged, destroyed, condemned. Many of the homes already have markings on them that are condemned. Mike, if you can look in this direction right now, this is one house. Look at this. These are the front steps right here, and this is a house that's completely gone right now. I'm looking down into the basement of this home, and this is what we're dealing with. This house right here next to us, a chimney is just missing, and this is clearly where the tornado ripped through and had a direct impact. Now, I was just talking to this nice gentleman. Mark, would you mind if I ask you a few questions on the news here? We're live on the newscast. This is Mark Tominski, and you said you live in the Springfield area.
I grew up down the street here all my life.
Okay, Mark was just actually in the neighborhood here taking pictures, and I wanted to just stop you and see what you were doing here. You said you were just kind of in the neighborhood in awe of what you were seeing.
I grew up in this area. Friends grew up on the street, and it's just unbelievable, the devastation, and it stretches all the way down towards 16 acres.
Yeah, I mean, now the tornado happened a few days ago now, but this is still very fresh, a very real situation.
We've been without power since Wednesday night, and they don't know when power is going to come back on, and you just hear word of mouth through neighbors of different areas that got really hit, and I didn't even realize that this got hit as bad as it did until I talked to people last night.
Yeah, did you know anybody in this neighborhood? Because this is incredible what we're seeing here this morning.
Nobody that lives here right now, but I did the pond over there, Pennsylvania Avenue. I mean, I grew up on hanging out with kids and growing up on the street for many years.
Mm-hmm. All right, very good. Thank you so much, Mark. I appreciate it. Many people like yourself are joining these, coming to these areas where you just can't even imagine what this looks like. You have to really see it for yourself. But I do have to put a disclaimer on this report right now. We drove through several downed power lines. Definitely a dangerous situation. The police have blocked off several roads in this area. We actually had to have a police escort us in. It's that type of situation. So while this is something to see, I would certainly advise the public not to come down to this area for yourself, as this is clearly a very, very devastated section of Springfield that is certainly still an incredibly dangerous situation a couple days later. Reporting live here in Springfield, I'm Laura Hutchinson for 22 News.